Beyond the screens, past the pings, and deeper than the noise of today, there is a frequency that never fades. It is the sound of a voice telling a truth that was true 1,000 years ago and will be true 1,000 years from now. These are the narratives that shaped civilizations, the legends that whispered to our ancestors, and the stories that still live inside us, waiting to be woken up. In a world that moves too fast, we are taking a moment to sit still, to breathe, to co create a world using nothing but the air between us and the power of your imagination. I, Rashmi Shetty, am your host, and this is Once Upon a Time Stories that have stood the test of time. Let's begin. Today, we'll hear the story of Raja Harishchandra, one of the most enduring legends in Indian mythology. He symbolizes the ultimate sacrifice for the truth or satya and righteousness or dharma. His life is a testament to the belief that truth must be upheld regardless of the personal cost. The story of Raja Harishchandra is a cornerstone of Indian ethics, found primarily in the Markandeya Purana. It's less of a fairy tale and more of an examination of the absolute limits of human integrity. Raja Harishchandra was the son of Trishanku, also known as Satyavrata, a very famous king of the Solar dynasty of the Ikshwaku lineage. Harishchandra's father, King Trishanku, is best known for his desire to ascend the heaven in his physical body, leading to the creation of something that we know today as the Trishanku Swarga by sage Vishwamitra. The transition from Trishanku to Harishchandra is often seen as a shift from a father who was driven by personal ambition to a son who became the ultimate symbol of selfless integrity and truth. The honesty of Raja Harishchandra wasn't just a habit, it was his core identity and led him in every decision. In Indian philosophy, his level of truth is referred to as Satyanishta, being firmly established in truth. The story begins in the heavens. Sage Vishwamitra challenges sage Vashistha over Harishchandra's reputation as the most truthful king on earth. Vishwamitra believes that any man will lie under great pressure, while Vashishta maintains that Harishchandra and his value to truth is unshakable. To test him, Vishwamitra comes to earth. He approaches the king and asks for a massive dakshina or a donation. Harishchandra, known for his generosity, agrees. Through a series of clever tests and maneuvers, Vishwamitra leads the king to donate his entire kingdom, his wealth, and all his possessions. Now, he still has some due, and to fulfill the remaining debt to sage Vishwamitra, Harishchandra leaves his palace with his wife Taramati and their young son Rohitashwa, heading to the holy city of Kashi, that we also know as Varanasi. In Kashi, to pay the final amount that he owes Vishwamitra, Harishchandra goes on to sell the queen and his son as domestic help in a certain household. King Harishchandra also sells himself to a Chandala, who is an executioner or cremator and who works in the burning ghats. Harishchandra's job is to collect a fee from anyone who wishes to cremate their dead. He lives a life of extreme poverty and hardship, never once wavering from his principles or complaining about his fate. The climax to the story is something that is very sad. His son, Rohitashwa, dies from a snake bite while gathering flowers. Taramati, his wife, carries the body of their child to the cremation grounds. Harishchandra recognizes his wife and the dead son, but refuses to cremate the boy without the required fee. Taramati has no money, only her old sari. Even in this moment of peak agony, Harishchandra insists that he cannot break the law of his master or the path of truth. He asks her to give a piece of her clothing as tax. Just as Taramati prepares to tear her clothing and Harishchandra prepares to perform his duty, sage Vishwamitra appears along with Lord Vishnu and the gods. They reveal that the entire series of tragedies was a divine test to his character because he never uttered a lie or abandoned his duty, even in the face of his son's death. They blessed him by restoring the life of his son, returned his kingdom to him, and granted him and his people a place in heaven. There are certain themes that you can see running through the story. Satya, or truth, is the central pillar. Maintaining one's values when no one is watching and when everything is at stake, otherwise called integrity, also is very clearly seen. Harishchandra's name has become synonymous with truth. Even today, when someone is exceptionally honest, we call him as a Raja Harishchandra. This story, it is said, had such a profound impact on Mahatma Gandhi. After seeing a play about Raja Harishchandra as a child, Gandhiji noted in his autobiography, My Experiments with Truth, that the king's commitment to truth became the foundation of his own philosophy of satyagraha. So, what is it that sets the story of Raja Harishchandra apart from the many other mythological epics that we have? It is its singular, unrelenting focus on human will. The story highlights that true presence and impact is not about titles we hold, but the alignment to our internal values and external actions. Even when stripped of his power as a king, Harishchandra's commitment to truth remained unshakable. As a king, he gave up the throne. As a father and husband, he allowed his family to be sold into slavery. Though born a king, he did not hesitate to work as a graveyard watchman. By letting go of all these masks, he proved that his honesty wasn't tied to his position, it was tied to his soul. This story serves as a reminder that while circumstances change, a person's integrity can remain an unshakable anchor. With that, we complete our journey for today. I hope you enjoyed stepping into this story as much as I enjoyed telling it. But remember, a story only lives when it is shared. If these words touched you, please pass them on. Share this episode with someone who might need a moment of wonder today. In a digital world that can sometimes feel a little lonely, let this story be a beacon of smiles and a steady light of hope in your pocket. Let's catch up soon to listen to what happened once upon a time.